can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better?
Hoping it might pass by. We just can't swing down this way. The charms of driving a Porsche to work. And all I live for is what is left. And no one left.
Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so. Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so.
Don't think that they remember. And all I live for is what is left. And no one left.
Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so. Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so. Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so. Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? Do you think we can be better? No, I don't think so.
Hey there, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. We are back with part 2. So we did part 1 a few hours ago. It's been a fairly slow day in terms of anything happened with Foodie Beauty. Well, actually, I really shouldn't maybe be saying that. Slow day in terms of what we know happened with Foodie Beauty. So I'm gonna finish a part 2 of the water fast that she did. Hey Pete Show, welcome. Jacob Waller, Auroras, Amiyami, V, Kelly Wade, Kimo, JG, Linda R, Tudor Times, Lynn, and JG again. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button for me. Helps me out with the algorithm. We're gonna get into it. Oh, okay. You just finished making a video for your channel. That's pretty cool. What was the video about? Everybody, it is 10:50 p.m. October 25th, 2022. Oh, okay, Tudor London. That's pretty cool. You're talking about Tudor London. That's awesome. I'll subscribe to your channel, Tudor Times. So there we go. All right, everybody. Hey, Edna, Grandma Smurf, Oranges Poranges. You literally had no internet all day. What happened? Oranges Poranges. Hey, Stormy Jade. Lynn Smith, welcome. Stephanie West, hi there. Let's get into it. We left off part 1. It was day number 4. We're going to start with day number 5, then we're going to get into day number 6, and we're going to go forward. You're welcome, Tutor Times. So let me share my screen. Let's get started. We could talk about things along the way. All right, so here we go. She said she had some issues day 4. She showed us her fridge of food, which doesn't make any sense. She also showed Mafe day 3, which also doesn't make any sense. If you've been water fasting for 3 days, why are you showing BB's Mafe? What are you showing your fridge filled with eggs, tomatoes, cheese that you love to eat, and other items when you've been water fasting for 4 days? It doesn't make any sense. It makes sense if she was eating and she's just saying she's fasting. That's what makes sense. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's continue. Let's get into it. Let's see what she has to say. Day 5 of 21.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, hey. What's up? How are you doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I seriously do. I know my intro is always cringy as fuck. Now, let's just get right to it. Today's weigh-in.
Yep, she was also weighing herself.
Today is January 6th, and I'm about to weigh myself for day 6 of my water fast.
All right, so she's 361.7 now. Hey D, how you doing?
Yes,
Welcome.
recorded in my book. So a lot of you are probably wondering if I binged or not, and I have to say that I did not.
Right, I don't believe it.
And when I woke up this morning,
I do not.
That's
a lie.
This afternoon, I was very, very, very happy that I did not. I really appreciate all the very supportive comments. Very supportive comments. I really appreciate it. It really, really means a lot to me.
Okay.
And I'm doing this, documenting this long ass journey because it doesn't just
Wait a second. I kind of like that eyeshadow.
end at a water fast.
Emery,
the water fast, has a purpose, and beyond that, it's just going to be a long journey, step by step, getting into better shape. But I am taking it step at a time. So, like I said,
nice. D says just got back from a Hocus Pocus 2 screening. I dressed up as Winifred Sanderson. Had a blast. Nice.
January theme is detox, and that's what this is about. So I really appreciate you guys who are interested in my journey, and it really, really does mean a lot to me. So yes, I'm going to say that every video.
Exactly.
So I was just having a low moment, and I just wanted to turn the camera on and just let you know what was going on in my mind. I wasn't feeling too well physically either. I was just really kind of tired.
Hey, MJ.
Right now I feel great. I have a lot of energy. And the thing is that when you're water fasting or just fasting in general, you're going to get these spurts of immense energy because your body is not takes a lot of energy to digest food. If you haven't realized that, a lot of people, after they eat a huge meal, the first thing they want to do is like, oh, I'm ready for bed. I know, that's how I used to feel. I would have no energy.
Hey, Foxanne. Hey, Jessie Gypsy. What's up? Welcome, both of you.
And food is supposed to give you energy, but at the same time, it does take a lot of energy to digest food, especially more complex foods or foods that are not good for us. So, eating food that is easier to digest and has a lot of energy will give you optimal energy, but it does take a lot of energy to digest food.
Okay.
And, as a result, when you're not eating and you're fasting, you're going to have all this extra energy. But even when you're feeling like you have a lot of energy, you should still take it easy and let your body use that energy for the healing process, and don't go out and run a marathon, don't go out and do things too strenuous. That's my.
Wait a second. Okay, so I just did this. There's an article on Healthline that says, for example, the energy used to process foods is about 5 to 10% of the calories the food contains for carbs, 0 to 5% for fat, and 20 to 30% for protein. And this was back in 2018.
My advice, but everyone's different. Some people fast and go to the gym. and can manage just fine. I, on the other hand,
Probably
I
can't.
couldn't do it.
Chantel was likable back in the series. She was very more approachable, more down to earth, more open. I can't really say more innocent because I really do think she's been eaten. She's just acting like she isn't.
So yeah, so like when I had a low moment, I really wanted to cave.
Yeah, her
And
shirt doesn't look that tight.
honestly, it's when I get to those moments that I just have to keep telling myself, no, like there's no trick to it. There's no magic pill. There's no special diet that's going to make fighting food addiction or cravings easier. It's just you have to ride the wave and you have to live through the hard bits. I mean, there's no way around it. You can try to distract yourself and everything, and there's ways to make it a bit easier, but ultimately you have to just really fight it. You have to fight, So that's been my strategy.
Wait a second. I did say that I think she ate right. Isn't this kind of hypocritical? She's talking about how, yeah, it's great water fasting, it's amazing experience, but I could guarantee you she was eating food and just coming on and saying this is day 5 of her fasting. I don't think so.
Is just suffer through it. And today I have not had any cravings for anything. So it does pass. So
Are you serious? 5 days? 5 days of Foodie Beauty not eating anything? Can you imagine? Sandra, what's up? Welcome.
Just let the time go by. Just wait is your friend. Wait is your tool. So anyways, guys, let's get to today's subject. I want to talk about this fat girl bucket list that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's so long ago that I've been mentioning that I want to do this. So I just made a little list. It's not too big.
Okay.
These are goals that I really want to achieve. I think that they are achievable, and they're within, within the next 5, like little bit. I don't know when it will start, but it's within the next 5 years. Hopefully I can achieve some of these goals.
5-year game plan.
Some sooner than others. So I'm going to do them in order of like when I'd like to achieve them, basically. And the last one being, near the end of the 5 years, maybe 4 to 5 years or something like that, depending.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
Maybe 3 years. I don't know.
D.
So the number one thing is
so much nicer here.
Want to return my freaking CPAP machine. I hate that thing so bad. And this is TMI and this is so gross, but whenever you're fasting and you're detoxing.
Hey, Sophia.
A lot of the toxins get released on your tongue.
Hey, Tawanda.
And, that's why it's kind of white. Yeah. That'll go away after after a while, but I do need to get a tongue scraper, but I think that, whenever you get really bad breath, like it's to the point where I can't stand it. And whenever you're wearing a CPAP mask, you're trapped with your own breath.
Wait a second. They say that white tongue is because of like debris on your tongue. So the white coating is caused by debris, bacteria, and dead cells getting lodged between the enlarged and sometimes inflamed papillae.
And I just want to like barf all night long. Like I can't stand it. I can't stand sleeping. And not to mention sleeping on top of that, I cannot sleep.
Stormy Jade?
My body needs rest. Like I do lay around a lot, but I'm just like at night, I just cannot sleep. And I know insomnia is like a side effect of this fasting, but it's
okay. I should also tell you this is early January 2019. We are practically 9-10 weeks away from the end of the year. So we're gonna be coming into January 2023 soon. So we're almost at a 4-year mark with this. So what can I say? Has the CPAP gone away? Nope, because she hasn't gotten her weight under control. Mikaho says, I smell a car full of empty fast food containers. If you smell it, then she ate it. If you smelt it, you dealt it. But if you smell it, she ate it. And you'd be right, Mikaho.
It's just like,
right, Fluff? Even BB.
I have this,
Our hair was healthier.
Kiss Mist. I know I need to do my nails. I have this Kiss Mist zesty breath freshener. And it's basically just spearmint, peppermint, and fennel oil. And it does work, for a few minutes or whatever. It does freshen the breath, but at the same time, and I do brush my teeth, I rinse with baking soda. I do it several times a day. It doesn't matter. It's just so horrible. It just smells. I'm like killing myself with my own breath.
Harlow says ketosis does make your tongue yucky. Harlow would be right. Ketosis can also make your tongue white.
Okay, so I want to return the CPAP machine. That was number one. I hate it so bad. And I just want to sleep, be able to sleep. Like my whole life, I used to sleep on like my stomach, hugging my pillow. And that's how I want to go back to sleeping. I hate this like sleeping on the side and with this stupid mask.
Of course, Sophia should be binge eating behind the scenes. That's what she has been doing consistently. I don't think she is gonna give that up.
I just hate it so bad. So I think you get the idea. I hate it. Number two, I want to sit in a booth. I was thinking about this one.
She actually got that done. Wasn't she sitting in a booth the other day? Fluff says this was the time she was dumpster diving and hoarding pizza boxes in a closet. It was.
Really debating adding this one to the list because sitting in a booth means going to restaurants, and I don't plan on going to all these restaurants after, so it's not going to really be a big deal. But if I do go out, I'm sure it will happen, on a social occasion, and all these people want to get a booth. I'm not going to be embarrassed anymore.
Okay.
It's so embarrassing. The first thing I have, I get like this gut sinking feeling when we get to a restaurant.
Sophia says she's just not doing it on camera these days because of the Sala guy. I heard that he is no longer what was it like? Is it that she's still following him, but he's not following her? Like, what's going on with that on Instagram? I try to check.
With people I know, it's not as bad because they already know the deal. But even then, it's like, I have to say, they always just automatically assume you want a booth, because who doesn't want to sit on a comfortable booth over a hard-ass chair, But it's the thing is like, whenever, I lose weight, I'll be able to say, yeah, booth it up. Booth it up all you want. I don't care. Like I remember going to this like,
okay.
I don't know if you're from Ottawa, but I
went
to
of two.
This outing. My friend was having her birthday party at this place on Preston Street. It's called Pub Italia. Okay. Anyway, really awesome pub. If you like beer, they have like a beer Bible. They have like over 200 kinds of beer. They have like really cool appetizers and stuff. So anyways, it was her birthday, and I was like late getting there because I was working late, and it was a long drive for me. So I got there late.
You ate farmhouse cake. Is it that good?
And it's kind of like set in an old church, and like all the furniture is kind of old, and the booths are like really tight together. Like even a normal sized person, there's not much room. And it was like all these like guys and girls I didn't know.
Nice.
So I arrived there, I walk in, they're all looking at me arrive. And it was like the only available spot to sit was like at the end in this like tight corner in the inside of the booth. And I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I like barely fit. I like had to squeeze in, and someone was like, are you okay? And I was just like, everyone noticed. And I was just like,
do you all think people actually do stare at her like an extended period of time, or is that just her imagination? I get it that people will look at you when you enter, like a store or a restaurant. People look at me when I enter a store or restaurant. It's just a normal thing for everybody to do so that they're aware of their surroundings. But is she exaggerating when she feels like people are just constantly staring at her and it's because of her weight?
Like so embarrassed. So there's a big part of social anxiety that will disappear when you lose weight. And I know that, and
there is.
I keep thinking of this, how this is going. These feelings are so much better than the food I wanted to eat yesterday. Another thing that helped me last night, on a side note, was I did watch the newest episode of My 600-Pound Life.
Okay.
And when I say that I use that show as motivation, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. I really do feel for these people. I say I use it as motivation because that is me.
Edna says if she's huffing and puffing, yes, I guess so. If she's going to huff and puff after a brisk, or not even a brisk, like a normal walk, then yes.
That is me.
I get that.
in who knows, maybe a year or two, if I don't change my ways. If I give into these cravings, that is me, and I see how much they're in pain. And I have this,
that's
like,
kind of true.
Might be, I don't know if it's an irrational fear, but it's like a specific fear of, like, I have these weird specific fears. I'll go into it in another video one day, but especially of like developing lymphedema in the legs, and your legs get all like
Swollen,
really
yeah.
enormous, and you're not able to walk. And
I will say, Foodie Beauty, you are halfway there currently, 2022, coming into 2023. You are halfway there. We see the purple coloring of your legs. That is never a good sign.
It's just like you become immobile, and I'm just like really petrified of that happening to me. And that can happen at my weight. That can happen at someone with less weight than I have. So it's really just, I watched that for motivation, and it really did help. Actually, it really did, because it scared me. Like, it really did scare me, because, and I sympathize with that person, and I felt really terrible. And it would be you'd feel just a lot worse going and binging after having that in your mind.
You know what would help those purple legs, Foodie? Exercise. Walking regularly can help to circulate blood instead of allowing it to pool in the lower legs, causing that redness and causing that purple discoloration. Just I'm saying. She used to walk before. I know it wasn't that much walking. Like a year ago, a year and a half ago, she was doing it. She would drive and then she'd walk for a few minutes. At least that helps. She could also maybe go up and down the stairs repeatedly, up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, just for like something for a few minutes, just to help herself.
So that really did help. So number 3, I want to walk around town in the summer in like
still
a
the same way.
Outfit,
Exactly, Kelly.
Some nice sunglasses, like I used to, when I was in shape, I used to walk from one end of town to the other, when it was
in
nice
Cornwall?
out, stopping at places along the way, hanging out, going to a park,
in Cornwall,
enjoying the fresh air, enjoying everyone living their life. Like, whenever I'm trapped in my room just binging and being depressed, like, there's a whole world of people living their life out there that I'm not taking part of. And I feel like I want to go back to that feeling when I was like more in shape.
Okay.
So whenever I first started dating Pete, but we weren't living together yet, I used to live on my own, and I lived at the complete opposite end. Like, I lived in the East End. I worked in the far West End.
Lynn Smith says now she thinks she's hiding her face and body. Well, she is. She is using it as one of those things to hide her face and hide her body, yes.
And I worked the night shift, and every morning when I would get off night shift, I worked with this other coworker, and she lived in the similar area, like just a few blocks up from me. So I would drop her off, and then we would stop, have breakfast. So we would walk home together. It was an hour and 20-minute walk every morning. We'd stop for breakfast, and I had a pretty greasy breakfast every day almost, but we'd stop for breakfast, have coffee, and I'd drop her off, and then I'd go home and sleep. And it was a really good time in my life. And just that walking was fun. The sun was coming up, and it was really awesome. So I think by winter, though, luckily I didn't have to walk it. We ended up moving into a place that was like across the street. Okay, Sam, I hear you. So anyway,
Fluff says, yeah, she was doing it when she moved to the villa before. Don't be fooled. This has been a recurring character of Foodie Beauty, like right now. Very, 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 very happy.
So that, true. Yeah, so I really want to do that again. I want to be able to walk, just around town, like, Foodie, and just
do it.
Have a good time. And so I'm hoping by this summer, or, spring even, I can do that. So that's a goal I want to achieve soon. Number 4, you're going to laugh at me. It's very specific, but it's something that I've always wanted to do since I'm probably a preteen. Like, growing up in the 90s, I don't know if you guys remember a store called Le Chateau.
Really?
I don't know if it's just a Canadian chain or not, but it's
really, it's always about the 90s, huh?
Clothing chain. And they used to have really awesome, kind of more eccentric clothes, but still like really fashionable clothes. They have really nice accessories, really awesome handbags, sunglasses, jewelry, shoes. but it's more of like a European style, I guess, of fashion. So the clothes are made small. I think now they have some plus sizes, actually. I saw online that they have some plus sizes. So, but even those are probably still made small. So ever since I'm about 13, 14, I remember always going into that
I
store and
remember Le
only being
Chateau.
able to buy the accessories and being embarrassed because the saleswoman would, can I help you with anything? And like in my insecure mind, I would be
Le Chateau
thinking
used to be
they,
huge.
they're kind of making fun of me, that
So was Parasuco.
in their head they're kind of like, oh, why is she coming in here? She can't fit into the clothes. But
I guess she did. Oranges, oranges.
always buy just the accessories and be embarrassed about that. But now I want to, like, in a few months, maybe even like on my birthday, I want to be able to buy, maybe not my birthday, that's kind of soon, but maybe I can buy
let
some
it
of
be
their
too
plus size
soon.
clothing. I want to buy clothes at Le Chateau. I want to do like a Le Chateau shopping spree. So I want to take you guys. I want to go to like Kingston Mall. I like that mall. They have a
Yikes.
Torrid. They have a lot of stores that I like, and they have a Le Chateau. So I'd like to go with my mom and take you guys with us and just go on like a shopping spree day and like reward
Oh, wait a second. I remember that. The base camp of Everest you wanted to go to. Yes.
myself with like new clothes when my these clothes, like the 3, 4, 5X clothes, become too baggy. So that's something I really want to do. I'm really excited for that. So these are more serious goals that are more lifelong goals, because
Yeah.
these are things that I wouldn't be able to do if I were large, most definitely, or unhealthy. And I was trying to think of, what am I going to do with my life? Like, what do I really want to do? And I was trying to think of times in my life where I felt the most alive, most productive,
Which
more like
was?
myself, more like I was making a difference, more like I was challenging myself, just more alive in general,
It actually takes a lot to get to the base camp of Everest. It's not like something that is, so easy. So we'll see what happens. She practically has another year left.
And
5 year
I
thing.
was thinking of the time when I was the main thing that popped in my head that was a life-changing experience for me was the time that I was part of this group. It's called
Don't say it.
Katimovic,
I
and
knew
it
it.
was Canadian youth group. We went
I knew it. She always picks Katimovic every single time, talking about Katimovic.
around traveling. I've talked about it briefly. Went around traveling over Canada for 7 months, and we volunteered 40 hours a day of our time in different. I volunteered at a women's shelter. I volunteered making brush mats along the banks. That was really challenging for me. I could have picked an office job, but I chose to pick the environmental one, where a guy in a pickup truck, we were in the East Coast, Prince Edward Island. He would pick us up every morning at like 5:30, and or I would have to bike on this rickety bike uphill for like 30 minutes. I would stop along the way. There was nobody. It's like in the middle of nowhere. I would feed cows grass. I felt, and I would get in these, like, I don't know what they're called, like waders. Anyways, you put them on, you go in the swamp or the lake.
Mukbangs are awesome, says the highlight of her life is when her mom banished her to wilderness camp, pretty much.
And you cut like brush down from trees, and you put them along the riverbed or whatever to prevent like erosion and stuff like that, and to help preserve the wildlife that's there. So that was very challenging at the time. I actually really hurt myself. I could see the scar here. I actually cut my finger open where I could see all that, like the bone, and it was just.
Can I say Katimovic is an experience? I'm not going to knock the experience, but should it really be the highlight of your life? Is Katimovic and the months that you spent volunteering at different places? And now online says, I've never heard these youth group stories. Another look back then. Another look back theme. Yeah. I mean, she's talked about Katimovic a few times recently in the last few months. Sometimes, at times, night after night after night, reliving, rehashing her past of seeing various areas of Canada that she hasn't seen since. Hey, Just Deb.
Like, but I hurt myself a few times, but it was really worth it. It was a lot of, like, in retrospect, it was challenging, and it made me feel alive. So I want to maybe go back to volunteering, and more specifically, volunteer traveling. I'd like to go to the far north of Canada. I've never been there. I'd like to go, help out up there somehow, or
Okay.
go like
Hey, it ain't
volunteer
bad.
at the elephant sanctuary in Thailand. There's like so many volunteer opportunities. There's so many volunteer organizations I was looking into. You do have to pay, but you do get like your, I think, room and board paid and stuff like that, but you have to pay for certain
True.
things. But it's still, if I could afford it and I could make that a goal, that would
Well, now she can afford it
be so awesome,
if she doesn't spend all her money.
because I just feel like giving back, like doing something for
Oranges, Oranges, excuse me, says base camp for Everest is approximately 17,500 feet south side and approximately 16,500 feet north side. She could never. Yeah, it is a trek, and that's just the base camp. Can you imagine that there's some people? Well, I can't imagine, because there's people like Foodie Beauty, that it is going to be a trek to actually even make it to base camp, much less go up the entirety of Mount Everest. I don't know, maybe she should try something smaller. Maybe she should try, I don't know, there's lots of hills on the Gatineau side of Gatineau/Ottawa. She could trek those, build up some energy. Hey, Nesquik Milk, welcome to the chat. Smash that like button. We're doing a throwback. This is keto season, day 5 of 21 in the bag for Foodie Beauty in her water fast as well, because she was trying a lot of things around this time. Water fasting, keto. She was also doing what was that meal program that she has that she still hasn't even canceled yet? What is it called again? For some reason, my mind is missing this. I don't know why.
others, and I really felt good
She
about
should try
myself
Box Mountain.
volunteering, and I do have, I think, in my spirit, a calling to experience the world. I don't know if it's like this thing inside of me that's, still trying to find myself and answers to life and things like that, but I feel like I'll
Right,
find more
Tawanda?
of that
Hello
if I
Fresh. Yes,
expand
thank
my
you so much.
horizons and move out of my like where I am, like my environment, and branch out and discover new things and different cultures. But before I do that, I have so much personal growth to do, and I know that. So, but that's why it's like, probably years from now. But and then speaking of travel, I would eventually, I've always, and this is like a completely
Mm-hmm.
crazy. When I
Let's
tell
hear
people
it.
this, I know they're laughing. They think I'm nuts. Okay, I know it. But Mount Everest, I don't know what it is about
Oh, I
that
knew it.
mountain, but it
I knew
just,
it.
something about it. And I know a lot of people climb it these days, and it's kind of an issue actually. But I don't want to. I'm not going to climb Mount Everest, but I would like to make it to base camp.
Okay.
You don't have to be an experienced mountain climber, but you do have to be
No,
in pretty good shape, I
you
guess,
do.
to make the trek
Yeah.
from
Peg
Kathmandu all the way to
loading.
base camp.
What are
And
you doing?
it's a beautiful journey, apparently, and it tests your limits. And um, it's just I've watched a whole bunch of videos on YouTube of people making the trek, and it's something I would really like to do in my life. And that's
Yeah, that would be an experience if only she could. Oranges says, if that was the only foodie I ever saw, I think I might have liked her a little. I know too much about her help, says Lynn Smith. Right?
definitely on my bucket list. And um, I think that I would, there's different companies you can sign up to. They have guides who take you through it and everything. But I think it's like a 15-day journey, and you walk like 6 to 8 hours a
Right?
day some days. And, um,
It is a journey.
to prepare for that, they suggest just walking before you sign up for it. You should be
Yeah,
able to walk around 6 or 8 hours a day. So
exactly. It is a journey. Can you do that? Walk 6 to 8 hours a day? Do you know if you run into problems in certain points of Mount Everest? There actually are still bodies on Mount Everest that are unable to be recovered. Quite a few, in fact. And it's kind of sad that that is an occurrence, but there is documentation of a few unfortunate individuals that are still stuck on the mountain to this day.
I have a lot of training to do for that, eventually, to start on that, and just going
Yeah.
upstairs will help too, because there's
Um,
some, you're going to be going over um, smaller mountains, but still, like different types of terrain and stuff. So
Foodie, you can't even walk 5 minutes without huffing and puffing. I'm not even trying to drag her. I'm just saying that's going to be a very, very long journey and she has to be serious. What I can say is this: even though there have been a few bodies that have been taken, removed off of Mount Everest, there still remain over 100 bodies on that mountain. I will repeat, 100 bodies still remain, 100 plus still remain on Mount Everest. And people might think, why don't people just pull those bodies off? It's not really that easy. And if you're gonna pull a body or drag a body with you, you might actually put yourself in danger of being the next body on that mountain because there's so many factors there. Um, the lack of available oxygen, the cold. There's so many things that will affect even the most avid climbers, um, people that do all these mountains like K2 and whatnot. It can be very scary. Exactly. They've showed a lot of dead people there. It's actually really sad to think that people, so there's a lot of bodies still stuck there for decades. And some will be stuck there until maybe our technology catches up and then we can do something. Not, it's not even safe to fly a helicopter there to airlift them out because it's extremely dangerous. Sophia says, okay, some may disagree, but I find the Nada era more entertaining than the Ocean Tell or even the Sala era. Nada era was the best. You think so? Is it because of the uncertainty, Sophia? Is that what you liked? It's literally the highlighter for channel/life. Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something that I think that that I'd really like to do. So these are just a few of the goals on my fat girl bucket list. I say fat girl bucket
You
list
like
because
crime
these are things
stories?
that
Okay.
if I, keep going in the direction I'm going, and even at my size now and my health that I am now, it's just not possible.
Right, Marie?
So um
She can't even roll into her bed without being winded. Remember how Nader used to plop down when he had those pillows and her outfit on?
So yes, so I will just keep these goals in sight when I have those weak moments. And
It ain't that says, do you guys think Pete and Chantel are just renting two rooms in the house? That's why there are still cats there because they have other roommates. Who knows for sure? But you know what? They can't keep a secret for long. It ain't that. We're going to find out. I
yeah, so
guarantee
that's
it.
it for now. The video is long enough, I guess.
Nader
So I
has
really
disappeared.
thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 6.
Yes,
Yeah,
day
for
6.
day 6. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Bye.
All right, and that is it. Day 5 in the bag of the water fast. So we are gonna do day 6, and guess what? Day 6 didn't actually turn out that well for her because we are 6th of January 2019 was day 5. She comes back 2 days later on the 8th of January 2019, and this is what she has to say. Very true, oranges, oranges. Ah, that is such a cute cat sticker. Super cute. All right.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, hey. Hi guys, hi. No makeup. So, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? So, from the title of this video, just calm down. It's not a terrible thing. I'm gonna explain everything.
All right. So I forgot to mention this video 2 days after day 5 is titled I Broke My Fast.
Yes, it's not clickbait. I am going to be ending the water, or water only.
Right, Glodin?
And
You're so
I
right.
think that's best for me because the fasting, the purpose of the fasting is to be able to rest a lot of the
Sure.
time. You know, don't exert yourself, really rest, very minimal activity. That's why people go on retreats. Like I said, they go away, they just rest all day. And, you know, for me, it was just getting a bit tiring. I'm very impatient. I do need to work on that. I know. I have problem. I just really don't think that. I think physically I could make it to the 21 days. I was feeling,
Really?
I wasn't feeling
Foodie Beauty making it to 21 days of water fasting, really? Who thinks she would have made it 21 days? I'm surprised she made it even to 5.
sick or anything
Even with the cheating.
like that. The only thing that was really bothering me were, the constant thoughts of food, bad food, but also not just that, because that's I'm gonna have to battle with that for a while. But not just that, but not being able to go do things that I wanted. Like I posted in the community post that I wasn't going to be able to do a video today. Today's day 6, by the way, because I had a lot of things to do and I wasn't able to do
Right.
any of them because
Oh.
I just didn't have the energy. And sometimes I get
Glodin says, hell no. LMAO was dying on the 3rd day, right?
bursts of
When
a
that
lot of
was
energy, like I said yesterday.
when those hunger pangs start coming in.
And like I've said before, however, it's very fleeting and you really can't do much with that energy because you need to preserve it so your body can use that energy for the healing process. So it's not the water that's going to heal your body. It's not the water fast. It's
That's the what?
your body that's healing itself, and you're giving it the optimal environment to do that with a lot of rest,
Okay.
with not eating, allowing you to use your energy for digestion and things like that. And I'm just not able. I don't really
Hey,
have
Ftishia,
the
what's up?
environment for that. I don't have a peaceful environment. I always have something to do. I need to live my daily life, and I need energy to do that. So I think
Daily life, doing what exactly?
21 days, yeah, was pretty ambitious. I
It
did make
was.
it to 6, and I think that's a victory for
Really?
me. I like how my skin has cleared up. I have lost some weight, and I am going to refeed. I have been drinking this very slowly. This is
Okay.
just blended spring water with frozen wild blueberries and banana, and it's blended very, very well. And I've been taking sips and keeping it in my mouth
You hear that, Glodin? Foodie Beauty beat you. She made it to day 6. How many days did you do?
for a few seconds or so before I swallow it, just seeing how that does. um, I feel I feel like better actually. I feel like my energy is already going up a bit, so I feel like I should be able to live my life now. So like I said, like I was going to aim for 21 days, but if I feel like I need to break the fast for whatever reason, I'm going to do it. So
Okay.
if you want to try it yourself, fasting, like I said, I know a lot of you are doing it, and I've inspired people to try it, which
I'm
is
sure
really
you have.
awesome. And but please listen to your body, and if you feel like you need to break it, at least just make sure that it's with healthy food and stuff. So I do plan on continuing,
Okay,
of course, with
coach.
this weight loss journey, and getting into a new step now, which is eating healthy food and continuing the weight loss process. So
All right. Well, it seems, like I said, she was trying a lot of things with water fasting, intermittent fasting, keto, everything.
yeah, I hope you guys understand.
Oh, you did 10?
I know a lot of you will, and some of you won't, but that's always how it goes, right? When you have a larger audience. Some people never even really agreed with the water fast to begin with. But like I said, this is something that I need to do
True, there's so much things that she would like to do, but not willing to put in the work. Why is that? Laziness,
for myself and what I believed
complacency,
in.
so many
So
things.
I guess that's it. I'm gonna actually go out. I'm gonna try to drink some more of this. Maybe put the rest in the fridge. This is a lot, but it's very liquefied. So I'm gonna have some more. It actually tastes so good. Like, mm, so good. I am a little
Canadian
disappointed that I didn't do the 21 days. You know,
Nashville chicken sandwich queen. Yes.
I'm very like I have these ambitions and then I run out of steam. But I think in this case, it was really the best thing to do for my situation. Like I just need to be able to do things in my life. Like I don't want to just like
Hey, Sky
lay
Blue.
around, especially just not.
We were doing a throwback of water fasting that Foodie Beauty did early January 2019. She said she made it to day 6, but day 7 she broke her fast.
Focusing on food, like whenever I was able to eat what I wanted, of course, just staying in and eating whatever. But now that I don't have that food, if I just stay in and you know don't do the things I'm supposed to do, I focus more on the food. So,
all right. So we got a meal plan time. Always these plans. Hey, Penny Lane.
Hey guys, so this is the
I just saw you uploaded a video a couple minutes ago. 9 minutes, Wild Open Spaces, Lo-Fi playlist. Okay, I dig it. So we got a meal plan. Always the planning. Her and Amberlyn Reed have all these calendars, these books to plan a lot of things that they will never do.
the meal plan I came up with, put some work into it. So
Waste
this
of
is going to be
time.
from January 8th to January 13th, so Sunday. And every Sunday I will do a weigh-in just to see how my progress is going.
Very true to Wanda, the way she rips into those food delivery bags. She probably ate the entire time.
So I'm not going to be too restrictive, but I am going to eat just eliminate processed food and fast food and really junky food, but still kind of eat things that I like as well to really help me stay on track. So for breakfast, I'm going to keep it simple with having some fresh fruit or a smoothie with spirulina added, just to get
Okay.
in that hydration in the morning and some added energy and hydration and vitamins and minerals.
Very true. Oranges for oranges. She doesn't have the discipline.
Then for lunches,
That's exactly
veggies and
it.
hummus with carrots, mushrooms, romaine lettuce, red pepper, cucumber, pickled beets, and gherkin pickles. And then for the dinners, I'm going to have different dinners throughout the week to keep it a bit interesting. So, and I will show you guys like what I eat, show you my recipe, show you my dinners. So Tuesday, roasted chicken breasts with steamed green beans and
Okay.
baked sweet potato. Then Wednesday, I'm going to limit eating out to once a week. I will budget
All
to eat
right.
out once a week. I will plan my eating out, which I wasn't doing before. I would just eat whenever on a whim.
Okay.
So I'm going to have the Sonoma chicken salad from the restaurant I'm going to be going to, which is
Sure.
780 calories, mostly because there are nuts in it. So that's probably where most of the calories are coming from. It is grilled chicken. So Thursday, turkey and veggie bolognese sauce with lentil pasta. And then Friday, Anthony's pizza. And I know you're thinking,
Don't you love these lists that she never has any follow through with?
pizza,
None.
what the heck? You know, I really want to try to find
I
a
don't think she followed through with more than maybe 2 or 3 days. Like, I don't see why she does these lists. It's like a complete waste of time for her.
way to fit in my favorite food so I'm not completely depriving myself. But this is a healthier pizza than most chain pizzas. There's no double cheese. It's an authentic Italian pizzeria place, wood oven, very thin crust, very little
Hey, Dan
pizza, lots of
Woods.
veggies on the pizza I like to get. So no processed meats, no
Gloden, stop clowning about your IFFB Pro, Chantal. Stop
pepperonis
it.
or anything like that. So I'm really going to, they use a very non-greasy cheese, like a real mozzarella. So I'm going to have pizza every Friday as a treat. So that's Fridays. I'm going to have Anthony's Pizza.
Wait a second, Gloden. I think you might be onto something. If you don't know, IFFB is International Federation of Bodybuilding. I think Foodie Beauty got a little bit confused and she thought bodybuilding just meant literally just eat as much as you can. And that's how you build the body. I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's just continue.
Saturday, I'm going to have BB's going to be cooking this smoked chicken and yam leaf sauce that he likes to make, and I will be having some of that. And Sunday, I'll probably just have some leftovers. So, yeah, I just wanted to share my
She
meal
gets
plan with you
hungry
guys.
while making the list, then orders
So, guys, I just wanted
DoorDash.
to go
Yeah,
over
or McDonald's.
my closet's broken. Just wanted to go over my meal plan with you guys. By the way, if you're wondering why my chair is all torn to crap, it's because of Mr. Bees and Sammy.
Of course, we saw that. I didn't mind when you have cats. That happens.
So, so yeah. So I just wanted to show you guys my meal plan. I took time, really a lot of time, to think it over about
Gloden, I think Foodie's gonna be the next Ronnie Coleman.
my goals and everything like that. And I do feel like even the 6 days has been very beneficial. I feel like it did clear up my skin. I think that I'll put on a little bit of weight since I am going to be eating, fairly substantially. But in the long run, I think, it will come back off, and I will do weekly weigh-ins on
Okay,
a
I
regular
dig that.
basis. I don't want one thing that I was reading an article on, actually. It's very interesting. Sorry, motor mouth.
Twitter Time says I drink 2 liters of water a day. The peeing is insane. Indeed, when I do that, I typically will drink warm water. They say that warm water helps flush you out a lot better than cold or even room temperature water. They're not really sure exactly what the process for that is. But if you really want to flush, then warm water is the way to go.
Was that, always stressing and worrying about dieting and counting calories and all this other stuff actually raises cortisol levels, which is the stress response from our body. And I don't want to constantly be stressing and worrying about dieting.
Okay.
I just want to achieve small goals.
Lindsay, really? Her idea of lifting weights is standing up? Well, that literally is weightlifting, yes.
And just really just try to eat more healthily and really watch what I'm eating and plan what I'm eating. As long as I have this meal plan and I follow it, which I will. So, I'm setting up these goals, guys. Like, I didn't do the 21 days, but I'm still going to be achieving goals. So I hope that you'll still follow me and, be inspired to make some changes in your life this year as well. And, I do feel still changed in a lot of ways just from doing the 6 days of water fasting. So
you should Twitter Times.
I'm not going to, I really, really wanted to go back to eating plant-based. And I think that right now I just need to accept that I just can't do it right now. And I'm going to really try to just stick to very limit my dairy intake and
right, Wanda?
Stick to poultry and stuff like that for now. And
I could have sworn at the beginning of this, like I heard some anime because I heard Japanese being played in the background on the TV. I'm like, is he watching anime? It seems like he was. BB, that is.
No processed meats, no processed cheese, no processed food. But I don't want to fully deprive myself either. But when I do eat things that I enjoy, I want them to be more whole food. Like when I have the pizza day, I want it to be well-made pizza, not pizza crap, not from a chain restaurant. I know that they it's better quality pizza. It's very thin crust. It's got fresher ingredients. They don't put a lot of cheese, no extra cheese. So just like changes like that, instead of double cheese, very, very light cheese, and it's only once a week, the pizza. So I mean, I guess I just have to admit to you guys that, and to myself, I don't want to go through life never eating pizza again,
Okay.
So I'm trying to find a balance.
What's the restaurant that they go to in Ottawa again? Because pizza's Philo's is really good in Philo's and Riverside are really good in Cornwall. But what's the go-to that they I know the name if somebody says it in the chat for Ottawa, but for some reason it's like at the tip of my tongue.
And I know a lot of you said balance is key. I do agree with that.
They always order pizza from there.
The cysts, I don't know how that's going to go. I'm hoping that reducing my weight might affect it as well. I'm hoping that incorporating some exercise into my lifestyle and still eating clean and no processed food will actually still help them maybe to shrink.
Congrats,
but
Marie.
If not, then of course I need to get the surgery. So just wanted to also show you guys I have this positive and
more
productive
books, more notes,
goal setting journal.
very
So instead
ALR.
of doing, I know since January was going to be like a themed month, I'm going to take it week by week. I'm going to take it week by week. That I think would be best for now. And so this week will be January 7th, starting today to the 13th of January, and I'll weigh myself every Sunday at the end of every month, at the end of every week on here.
Jesse Gypsy says, I just seen Drew Barrymore eating the toppings from pizza on a salad. Was this in a movie?
And so my plan, I just, I really need to have a plan and really need to stick to it. So you guys are going to hold me accountable for this. I'm going to stick to this. But like I said, I don't want my channel to just be weight loss only. I want it to be fun, like
everything.
I want to do different things with it, and I don't want it to just always be focusing on weight loss because honestly it does really depress me. It does bring me down. I'm finding that. And
okay,
doesn't mean I'm going to neglect my health. It just means that I just don't want that to be the only thing I focus on. You know what I'm saying? So plan, taking it week by week is number 1. 2, meal plan. Definitely need to get in the habit of that.
All these things she is talking about, but she never goes ahead with them.
3, move more. 4, stay positive. I've been really trying to do that. And 5, and get support. So I'm going to be looking into joining a weight loss group, maybe with Totally Kathy.
That would be good.
She has a weight loss group. I need, some kind of support.
If she took it seriously.
With people who are going through similar things, so we can motivate each other, talk about how hard it is and bitch and complain, or just, be happy about, pat each other on the back. But, I know that I'm going to get a lot of people who are going to go, I told you so, or just gloat that I didn't make it the 21 days, or leave nasty comments or thumbs down. And you know what? I honestly don't even care about that anymore. I really don't. Like, it's I don't know. I just don't. It's just like I don't know. It's like a switch almost. I'm just learning to just.
Hey, Foodie, are you here?
Be more positive, I guess. And there's just no room to really care about that anymore. I'm working on myself, and that's all I have really room to really give a shit about. For lack of a better term. So I mean, it's okay.
Hey, Karina.
You can gloat all you want. Say I told you, whatever. And in a way, yeah. I mean, I do have a bad habit of announcing these grandiose plans and that I set out for myself, and then I lose steam and I fail, or
pretty much.
I don't see this as a failure because I think that I'm still being successful. I haven't binged. I haven't had anything bad for me yet. So, I don't see it as a failure. Just taking it in a bit of a different direction. So
just think you never actually give it any effort, Foodie. I gotta give it to her, though. She is convincing. She is very convincing in these.
And the journey is not beeline, it's like different curves and everything. So I don't really see it as a failure, but some people might, and that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. I'm just letting you know. So, so this is what it looks like, beginning of the week. And then you have like an end of the week section. So beginning of the week.
All right, I just figured it out. You know the place that they get pizza all the time from? Connors. For some reason, I couldn't figure out what it was. Then I'm like, I remember it's a pub. So I just searched for pub in Ottawa. It was Connors that they get the pizza from. That's supposed to be really good. But don't they get poutine from Connors as well?
Here we're going to do the date. My main goal this week is to stick to clean eating.
More useless pieces of writing. Why take the time to write things down and say you're going to do things and just never do them in the first place?
Only eat out once a week, and the pizza on Fridays, no processed food, no junk. So I would also like to exercise 30 minutes 3 times a week to start. Only 3 times a week to start for now. Most likely, if it's nice out, I'll go for a walk and take you guys with me. Otherwise, I'm going to do put on a video on YouTube and do it and I'll probably split up the 10 minutes throughout the day because that's easier on me. But I'm going to start with that. Wednesday, Friday.
She could start walking up and down the stairs, like I said in part 1. Gloating says homegirl really did all this for nothing. Exactly. I don't know what it is. ALR does the same thing. These writing, these notes, these calendars, these pads, these everything.
Sunday for now. Join weight loss support group is another one I'd like to do this week.
Okay.
Don't stress over food diet. I don't want it to be like consuming my mind all the time, you know? And this week my motto will be start moving, stick to this plan, and don't over restrict. So it's just, I'm taking it week by week. This book will really help with that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that while I did, change plans, did stop my fast, I do have another solid plan set up, and I'm really going to be sharing it with you guys. I will do.
Okay.
Now, whenever you're coming off of a fast, I'm not really breaking fast, probably the most appropriate way. I did have that smoothie. I do feel fine. Like I really feel good after having that. But I'm going to be eating small quantities of food tomorrow. So I'm going to start with the fruit. Okay. And then I'm easily digested. And I'm going to have some vegetables. Journal collection. And for dinner, I'm going to have more vegetables and a little bit of chicken. And we'll see how that goes. So I just, it depends how long your fast is. And depending on that, like if I did the 21 days, I wouldn't be able to eat like I'm going to tomorrow. So if you're fasting and you want to know how to break your fast, definitely research that. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of just a simple Google search.
ALR has a literal bookcase of journals
as well. How to end the fast, but it depends how many days you're doing and your specific body as well, how how accustomed you are to eating larger amounts of food.
She's very convincing.
Like so it's really bad weather out there, but tomorrow I have to go get the groceries. I made a grocery list for my meal plan, which will start tomorrow. I'm also going to be incorporating some intermittent fasting with that. I'm going to try to have just an 8-hour eating window. Might not be perfect at first, but might be a little different at first, but we'll see. But I am definitely going to try to have a few hours in the evening where I haven't eaten. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to snack all night. I'm going to have my dinner and that's it. And I'm not going to have it too late. And then I'm not.
And she doesn't follow not a thing she's saying.
I'm going to have like an early breakfast. So it's probably going to be something like 12 to 8, 11 to 7, 12 to 8 or something like that. But I'll keep you guys posted. So this is what I'm starting with, guys. And I actually feel good. Even doing the 6 days, like each day was an accomplishment for me, was an achievement. And ticking that off in my book that I was able to do it actually felt really good. And I want.
Edna says she's trying, but I believe my eyes, not my ears. Exactly.
Keep that feeling up, So let's do that. Let's make let's make this a good week. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.
And that is it. So the whole water fasting didn't turn out as planned. Go figure. Yeah. Who knew she would last allegedly, supposedly 6 days? So what I have planned next is I was thinking of doing something back in 2018. Because after this, you know what she did? She actually tried HelloFresh. But I want to look at what she titled Fat Girl Files Weirdest Binges TMI Edition. So this seems rather interesting. And then maybe I'll start getting into the HelloFresh stuff another day, another night. So let's take a look at this. This was from July 2018. Once again, it's called Fat Girl Files Weirdest Binges TMI edition. So let's hear what she has to say about her binges. Let's watch the juice fasting. Let me put that on the list. We gotta watch juice fasting next time. So for a throwback, that sounds like a good idea. Nothing turns out as she plans. Exactly. Well, that's life, actually. We plan for many things, don't we? We plan to succeed in many aspects of life. Sometimes life just doesn't allow us to succeed. So we got to have a plan A or plan B, plan C, even a plan D at times. But let's get into this. Let's see what's up. Hopefully she's packing. I would hope so. Well, who knows? JG says no loyalty, no commitment, even to herself. I've never seen much truer words spoken in regards to Foodie Beauty. Let's go. Weirdest binges.
Foodie Beauties.
Alright, so she says TMI is a series that discusses things that are kind of gross, very weird, and well, TMI. Okay, we've been warned.
Oh, jeez. Does my hairline look natural? What a disaster. Okay. Hi, guys.
Alright.
Bra straps are straight.
2018.
Hi, guys.
Here we
Welcome
go.
to another video. So today I'm going to do a TMI video. It is Tuesday, so oh my god, my eyeliner's not even straight. I'm out of mascara, by the way. So my tattoo's exposed. Whatever. Shout, let it all out. Oh, speaking of singing, I have a lesson coming up next Tuesday with a...
Is this the one that she talks about the Pringles lid being found like days later? Semi the Orc Boy. Hi there. What happened to that warning this last 1.5 years? Very true.
Teacher who's like offering a consultation and like a lesson for like $20. So I'm like, yeah. After that, it probably goes up to like $700 a month. Who knows? So I'll probably just be doing this one lesson. But, you know, if I can get anything out of it, good. All right. Yeah, so today is a TMI, and today is going to be a Fat Girl Files video.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys like these or not, but I find they're fun to do because I have a very immature sense of humor, and I like laughing at myself sometimes. You know, I like laughing at myself. I don't mind other people laughing at me. Depends how bitchy I am. You're definitely going to be laughing at me with this video. And I wrote them all down in my handbook for the recently deceased, which is appropriate because you are going to be recently deceased after hearing these. So these are TMI, Fat Girl Files, Fat Girl Facts, whatever. I don't even remember what the name of this series is, but it's going to be strangest binge stories, because if there's anything that I can say, it's that, well, you know that I'm a food addict, and, you know, self-proclaimed food addict.
What?
Very obvious if you watch.
Lynn Smith says, or when the doctor saw a TP on her ass, toilet paper on her booty. I mean, that's actually more common than you would think. Like flaked off toilet paper because, you know, the brand ain't really that good, or like actual, just like sections, like a whole section of toilet paper on her ass.
Watch my videos, you know that, blah, 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 you know my struggles. And, you know, I have some not so proud binge stories. And I just thought, whatever, you know, I'm just going to share them with you, whatever. Just get those skeletons out, you know? So I told you about the pizza boxes in the closet.
Yeah.
But there's some that are just so weird. And I'm just like, when I was writing these down, I was like, what the hell, you know? I had to draw my curtains because I have this ring light, right? And like, if people from the outside see this ring light, I don't want them to think that I'm like growing a pot or doing porn. Like, I don't know. No, most people just don't have like a ring light in their apartment, you know. Also, I wanted to mention that
dingleberries,
the time is approaching where I am going on my friend's bachelorette party in Montreal. And for those of you who are new here, I have bad anxiety about this because, one, I'm claustrophobic. Do you guys know if like a 10-seater limo,
are you serious? So this was just before the whole limo incident with the bachelorette party. OMG. Times have changed, huh?
Windows open because I'm like claustrophobic, especially in situations where I don't have any control.
The background looks like a sparkly trash bag. It does, actually.
The driver's going to have all the control.
100%.
And I think that's why I'm scared of elevators, because when you go in the elevator for those few minutes, you don't have control of what's going to happen, you know? Also, I'm afraid that I'm going to be the biggest person there, and, well, I will be, and I'm afraid that the seats are going to be really small, and I'm going to be squished up against somebody who's going to be, like, barfing the whole way. I don't know. I'm really afraid of that. I'm going to have, like, barf buckets, because I'm so, like, I have, like, this phobia of barf where I won't even go to carnivals anymore because...
Loading's like, I don't just assume people doing porn if I see a ring light, though, you weirdo. Well, I do, gloating.
Or fairs, because I'm just like so over seeing people barfing on rides, and especially when people are drinking, right? Like, we're gonna be getting We're supposed to be reserving a table, and we're going to be splitting on it, all of us. So at least there will be somewhere to sit. It's going to be a long night.
Speaking of fears, I got crushed. Like my friend's dad went to the fair with us back in the day. You know those rides that use centrifugal force? Well, I think it was called the saucer, right? So it was spinning, but it was spinning at such a speed that everybody gets pushed, of course, into each other. And OMG, my friend's dad, he is a big guy. And man, we were getting annihilated, flattened to pancakes by this guy.
And
that was the worst
basically, we're going to get 3 bottles of booze with that. So that's a lot to split between 7 people. 7 girls, so it's like we're gonna be drinking a lot. We're gonna be pre-drinking. The limo's gonna come get us. It's like an hour drive away or more to the club.
Oh, really?
Then we're gonna be doing a lot of drinking at the club, and then it's gonna be like a long car ride home. It's probably gonna be hot and stuffy.
Frederick is right. She ended up riding up front with the limo driver that night, as all her friends were in the back party, and everybody kind of remembers that. Because that episode has been talked about for years and years and years.
So I don't know how that's going to go, but those are my anxieties. But despite all that, I'm really going to try to suspend that and just drink and try to, have a good time, have some drinks, have a good time. I have not had anything to drink in so long. So I'm going to try to pace myself. I don't know what I'm going to wear. I don't really want to just go and buy something just for, like one night. I don't go out much.
There's a lot of people who buy things for one night and then they return it. Like it's actually a thing. They buy like a really nice dress and then they'll return it.
I have some old dresses somewhere in the closet. I might see what you guys think. I might do like a little try on and see which one you guys think is the best one. If you want to help me out with that, we'll definitely vlog. I won't be vlogging a lot of like drinking and doing shots and stuff like that because I do have to keep it relatively advertiser friendly on this channel. So anyways, 5 minutes of babbling. Yay me. All right, so let's get to this.
So in 2018 in July, she wants to keep it advertiser friendly. That went out the window as soon as there was 2021 with all the shenanigans when it comes to Natter and being in her underwear and lingerie and everything else.
So I've decided to use this book for writing my video ideas down and stuff like that. So, all right. So I'm not proud of these. Please don't think that I am.
Family friendly.
I don't know. I don't even know why I'm doing this. But number 1, TMI, weirdest binges. So number 1 was one time I scarfed down an entire package of Hungarian salami. Oh, sorry. Spicy Hungarian salami. I remember it was spicy because I remember the horrible time I had in the bathroom after.
Yes. It goes in spicy, it comes out spicy. I know this because when I went to the Captain's Boil and I got like the super hot. Oh boy, I learned a lesson the day or two to never do that ever again.
I scarfed down. I had gotten groceries before picking my friend up for work. Hi, BB Junes! And come here, BB Junes. Say hi to everybody, BB Junes.
Oh,
hi, you, Sam. Hi.
Look at the difference in her coat. This was 2018 once again, people. Almost, 4.5 years ago.
Oh, you're such a good girl. Oh, yes. Le BB, she goes to France. She eats croissant. She like to dance.
What a difference in her coat. No knots, no matting, no anything.
Not you,
exactly,
Sam.
So shiny.
Go in the box. Whoa. Sorry, guys. I have my camera hoisted on this box that BB Jeans likes to go in. So yeah, just stay, BB Jeans. Just stay. So it might be wobbling. You might see my background. Okay. So anyways, I went to do groceries before picking my friend up from work. And I had Hungarian salami in there. This was a long time ago. Anyway, and I scarfed down the whole package waiting for her because I was a bit early to pick her up. So yeah, so that's number 1. Nah.
Okay.
Hi. Nah.
Sushi seaweed background.
Number 2.
You could call it that as well. These doors remind me of that, as well as a shiny garbage bag.
This one is like really embarrassing, but B, don't move the box, B. When I lived at home with my mom, years and years ago, I haven't lived with my mom since like in forever. So I was like a teenager. Anyway, so when I lived with my mom, I would stay up late even back then, and she would be in bed, sound asleep, and she would be awakened by the sound of the smoke detector going off, beep, 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 and it would alarm her. And
Frederick says, damn, she talks about processed meat snacks like somebody would talk about a kilo of the cocaine. Yes.
And, she would come downstairs all groggy, and it would be me. I would be the culprit. I would set the smoke detector off from frying on high heat bologna and hot dogs.
Right, Lynn Smith?
Do you have to scratch the box right now, B?
High heat, bologna, hot dogs, check.
I'm surrounded by cats right now.
Did they have...
So that was a regular occurrence.
Why didn't she turn the fan on? The exhaust fan. Why didn't she kind of lower the heat?
That was my favorite midnight snack. Number 3. So this is kind of gross, and this is more of a warning to people out there everywhere.
TMI coming in.
Never binge on an entire box of garlic and herb instant mashed potatoes by Betty Crocker.
Oh.
And down it with, chase them with a whole liter of Mott's Garden Cocktail. Okay. That is not pretty coming out. Number 4. I was lonely one night. I was living by myself. This was one of the times when I lived with my...
Wait a second. Is this... Wait, I think I know this story that's coming up.
My gross roommate.
Orc Boy says those curtains look like the fabric of Amberlynn Reed's pants. They do.
The one that, wore holy underwear, listened to Evanescence, and just ate garlic bologna all day.
Got holes in your drawers. Got holes in your drawers. Who was this again? Let's go back a little bit.
The times when I lived with my gross roommate.
Okay.
The one that, wore holy underwear, listened to Evanescence, and just ate garlic bologna all day. I was really desperate and lonely, and I was really, really desperate. I was having a craving. I had no food.
Yeah.
I was really didn't have much money back then. Mm-hmm. And so I got desperate and called one of my lovers. I won't say which one, but I might not even remember which one. Oh, yes, I do. And anyway, this is bad. This is like low-key prostitution. But I offered him foreplay if he would come over and bring me a couple of Whoppers. I think it was Whopper Wednesday. And he got there, and I was so mad. It gets worse. I was so mad and pissy that he forgot the zesty sauce for my onion rings.
Yeah, how can you forget the zesty sauce? What kind of person does that?
I only let him squeeze my boobs. So number 5. So a while ago, like years and years ago, McDonald's had this like cheeseburger and burger sale. I think cheeseburgers were 69 cents and hamburgers were 59 cents. And I was like psyched, as like, a big person, and just in love with food. I called my skinniest friend I could find.
Hey, Miranda H.
And, said, let's go get some burgers. Well, when we got there, I asked her to order 8 burgers. Ooh. And she had 1. Number 6 is a recent addition.
Oh, reading in between the lines. You got your skinny friend so that when she orders the 8 burgers, they don't give her weird looks, because I guess Foodie Beauty would feel a bit of ways if she orders the 8 burgers and then they give her this look like,
Skinniest friend I could find.
Skinniest friend, yes.
And, said,
have her order the burgers. Yes.
Well,
I get it.
When we got there, I asked her to order 8 burgers.
Yeah.
And
so you don't do it. Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is a recent addition. I recently drove... I told you about this
all
in the
night
previous
to get
video.
Food, of course.
I drove
She's done it several
close
times.
to 200 kilometers each way, so like a total of 4 hours, approximately, to
to get the type of food I wanted. I heard of this specific food that I saw somewhere on social media. I can't even remember, and it just like I could not forget about it. So like that's like
Penny, they ordered 8 in total. So what she wanted to do was get her skinny friend to order the food, because if she orders the food, they might give her weird looks. So she used her skinny friend to order the 8 burgers. Her skinny friend ate one of those burgers and she ate the other 7.
when I obsess, like when I see a food that I really want, I like obsess over it and do anything in my power to get it. And yeah, so I drove that far. Like my car could have broken down. I would be
It could
stuck in
have
the middle of the highway in the dark. Anything could have happened. And
anything.
actually, something really creepy did really happen on the way back from that. And I was gonna tell you guys in like a creepy time story because it is pretty weird and it's something I can't really explain. I'm sure it could be explained somehow, but it was just so creepy. So anyway, yeah. I remember being in Overeaters Anonymous, and there was a girl there,
Right,
and she wasn't even overweight. Actually, none of the people there none of the people that
right, Edna?
were in my group were overweight, and I guess that's why I felt kind of uncomfortable because I was the only one. But this girl actually was retelling her story about how when I had gone to OA, there was a blizzard. It was like really bad. They were warning people not to drive.
Okay.
But I'd gone out anyway, and I figured, my rationale was I have driven in worse conditions to get to food I wanted, so I could do it to get to OA. Well, this girl also said that she had walked in like worse conditions than that, far, far, far distances just to go through a drive-through or just to get food that she wanted. She walked through a drive-through.
There's been people who do all types of shit for their addictions. I remember picking up this one guy. Which highway was it? Was it Highway 11 or 12? I saw this dude. He kept on walking and he kept on flagging people down. And sometimes, well, actually, most of the time, I feel really, no, actually, all the time, I feel really bad when I see people trying to hitchhike. But sometimes I gotta also make sure that my safety is in mind. So I remember seeing this guy, Highway 12 or Highway 11. I was like Barry area going towards Aurelia. So it was the 11. And this dude was like, putting his finger, his thumb out. And okay, so I picked him up. I'm like, dude, why are you at the side of like this highway? And he's like, oh, I went to go get liquor. He walked for like 2 or 3 hours to go get liquor. And then he was trying to hitchhike it back. And I picked him up to drop him off at his home because he has to get his liquor fix. So I'm like, you would really walk a total of what, like nearly 6 hours if nobody picked you up for your alcohol fix? And he's like, yeah, he's got to get his alcohol. And I'm like, man, damn, that is some commitment to the OH.
So the last one is, so there's this time when I was like not living at home. I was kind of just bouncing around from friend's house to friend's house. And, there was one time, and I didn't really have, this was one time, it was like a really low point in my life. I was still a teenager. I had no money. I was still in school.
That is one of my fears, Glodin, bro. Glodin says, bro, I was nice and gave someone a ride once, and she didn't want to get out the car. She started hitting a keyboard duster and got high as if I had to call the police to get her out of the car. Yeah, I don't want to run in those situations because that's just really kind of scary to me. When somebody doesn't want to get out of your vehicle and cause you a lot of problems.
I lived with a girl. She was looking for a roommate. I wasn't really her friend, but I knew her through an acquaintance. Anyways, so she was a nude model. So she was really thin, she was very in shape, had a nice body, whatever. But I don't think she ate because very much. And like when I came in, I was like, oh no. The minute I looked in her kitchen and saw that she didn't even have a regular size fridge.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
a mini fridge,
a bar fridge.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell, I was like, where am I going to fit all my food?
Of course, Foodie Beauty would be checking on the size of your fridge. Oh no, I'm wrong for that. But of course, she would definitely notice the size of your fridge. Where's she going to put all her food? Come on now, people. You got to have a regular size fridge, everybody. Let's go.
It was like
a bar fridge. So I was like, what the hell, you know? I was like, where am I going to fit all my food? Because I was getting help with groceries and buying stuff like that. Oh, by the way, speaking of regular size fridge and small size fridge, does anyone watch Bob's Burgers? I love that show because there's a character called regular size Rudy,
Yeah.
and then there's a character called pocket size Rudy. Just, I don't know, it's just such a weird concept to me, and it was just so funny. If you don't watch Bob's Burgers, you should check it out. It's an animated series.
Of course.
Voiced by, I can't remember the guy's name. Something? Anyway, he has like one of those names with like a middle initial, and then, but he has a very distinctive voice. He does the voice of Bob
for sure,
and he also does the voice of Coach McGurk from Home Movies, which is another awesome series. Anyways, I digress. So this model, I get to her place, and I remember her saying to me, like, you can help yourself to anything in the fridge, and she had gone to work, and so I opened the little bar fridge. And I'm peeking inside, feeling like Alice in Wonderland, looking through the little peephole.
Okay.
The little door. And I'm not kidding. There was like a bottle of water. It was Fiji water. And about 100 grams of lean turkey deli meat and a baggie with a few slices of red pepper.
Okay.
And I was like, well... she said I could help myself to something, and I didn't have anything to eat, and I had no lovers that could bring me Burger King for foreplay,
Yeah.
So I ate it.
What a tragedy.
And the worst part is that I don't know if she remembered, she told me, like, help yourself. Maybe it was just like being polite, but then she came home and she was really strange. She would just like, she was one of those people that would go from like super nice to like insta bitch, kind of like me, but she was like psychotic. Like she's really bad. So she became like psychotic on me and was just like all upset and really upset that I had eaten her food. And I was just sitting there on her couch and just thinking to myself, like, is this real? What has my life become? Like,
right, Lynn?
I'm sitting here arguing with a nude model over a few slices of red pepper and 100 grams of turkey meat. Like, what the fuck, Anyway, so yeah.
Hopefully you learned your lesson, foodie. Don't eat all the turkey meat.
So that's those are some of my stories. I'm sure I have a lot more because I've been
not all.
I've had this, eating disorder, for this unhealthy relationship with food probably since I was about like 6 years old. So yeah. So there's a lot of stories there. But anyways, guys, what kind of stories, like, what kind of stories do you want to hear? Let me know. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. So if you're new here, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know, like, kind of what kind of material I do, I'm kind of doing just a mixture of things.
Everything.
Documenting my weight struggles, my struggles with weight loss, failures and victories, doing story times, doing mukbangs, cooking, whatever, so okay. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Well, how'd you guys like our stories? Was that pretty fun? We learned a lot, and a little about a lot, and a lot about a little. I mean, kind of interesting. The stories get sick and disgusting, says Lim. I mean, they still are interesting. Think about that. Frederick says her cognitive health is so much better here. The slide into mental delusion degradation has been steep. It has. It really has. Yeah, Marie, if she's going to eat all the turkey meat, you should at least, save a little bit. Models get hungry too. Come on now. She knows better. Anyways, we're going to leave it here. It's been an hour and a half with all you lovely people. So guess what? It's after midnight here. I got to go to bed because I got to work in the morning. Plus, I have so many other things to do. So smash that like button for me, all you lovely people out there. Yeah, the throwback vids are actually pretty informative, to be honest with you, because we learned so much. You're welcome, Nesquik Milk. Thank you, Amy Judy. Thank you, Marie. Edna, for being here with me, Sandra, Kelly Wade, Frederick, Orc Boy, Glowden, Karina, Auroras. We had Penny, Vouchin, and everybody else. Thank you so much for joining me. Smash that like button. I'll be back tomorrow as I usually am, practically every day. Miranda H, have a good one. Sweet dreams, everybody. If it's your bedtime, if not, then I don't know. You do you. But just remember, stay safe, and I'll be around. See you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your night, or your evening, or your morning, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one. Bye bye.